Hello, everyone. I'm going to do a collective reading for the fire signs Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Spirit, what is it that the fire signs need to know this evening? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Spirit, what does Aries, Leo, Sagittarius need to know? What does the fire signs need to know? Spirit, what do the fire signs need to know? Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. So, we've got abundance, manifestation, opportunity, a new career or a financial opportunity, new venture, and prosperity. So, a cycle is about to begin anew. And since the Pentacles suit deals in all things material, this reset could present itself in the form of a new career, better health, or something in that vein. Whatever is coming will bring great abundance. Be sure that you are prepared to harvest the gift, the Pentacles, once it arrives. Alrighty, so we got a new beginning here, fire signs. What's the challenge, please, for the fire signs, Spirit? What's the challenge, please, for the fire signs? Ooh, so we got a Two of Cups and a Two of Swords in the upright. Oh, so there's a strong partnership or connection that's built on equality and mutual respect, either happening or will be happening. You could be having you could be on a crossroads about this, and this could be the challenge. You've got this new beginning and you're challenged about partnerships. Perhaps in the past you've had partnerships that were just really abusive, or they just failed, or they weren't equally give and take. It wasn't balanced. So you could be having some sort of deadlocked and stagnated thinking regarding love relationships and partnerships right now. That's a challenge. You're stagnated. You're having challenges regarding your ideas surrounding partnerships. And we got another one right here too. What is this? This is the Eight of Pentacles in the upright also. So you're here, you've got a new beginning, freaking brand new beginning coming in, a prosperous new beginning, a new venture, and you've got a partnership, or your idea about partnerships is a challenge for you. You are at a crossroads. You don't really know which way you want to go. Do you want to focus on your career, or do you want to focus on your relationships? Because here you've got diligence, Eight of Pentacles in the upright. So it's about working. So, and you're in a crossroads. You've got the Two of Swords here in the middle. So here in your new beginning, in your new venture here, you're at a crossroads between what you want to focus on. Do you want to focus on your loving relationships, or do you want to focus on your career? So that's really what your challenge is right now. In the subconscious, whoa. In the subconscious, we have the Hermit and the Nine of Swords in the upright. So you're soul searching. You could be doing a lot of meditation. You're listening to your intuition. You're trying to pray about which direction to go in. So you are thinking very seriously about this new cycle. You're not taking it lightly. And it could be giving you some form of troubles, with this Nine of Swords. You could be in fear over making the wrong decision, because it could be that relationships for you in the past were traumatizing. And it could be that you want love and that you've always wanted love, but the thought of love has you in fear, and you don't want to throw away this new cycle on another nightmare. So it could be that you are wondering if it's better to just focus on your career and develop those potentials. You know, maybe your previous focus on building loving relationships just failed miserably, and now you're going to go a different direction. In the recent past, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. So you could have received a reward, and this could be in spirit. You could have received some sort of financial independence or financial stability, or maybe you've recently moved into a new home, or you've come into some form of comfort or a reward for the past difficulties. So yeah, you've got stability now, and you're considering which direction to go, work or love, work or partnership. You have a worry, you have a trauma here that very well could be healed, but you don't want to repeat it, and that could very well be another trauma. Not wanting to repeat a trauma could be a trauma in itself. So there's the Two of Pentacles here. So you are juggling. You're weighing your decisions. You're balancing. There's a negotiation, perhaps. You're managing projects and time well. You're navigating through your responsibilities with carefully plotted ease. You are certainly busy. However, be sure to take time to breathe and keep your schedule tidy to avoid losing your balance. So you do have some decisions to make. You could very well do both relationship and work. You may be able to balance both. This could be an option. In the near future, we've got the Page of Swords in the upright. So there's new ideas and a curiosity, a thirst for knowledge and contracts. So there's contracts. They could be business partnerships or relationship contracts. The energy needed for a certain project or task is ready and waiting for you. You just need to tap into it. This is a time of innovation. As the swords relate to communication, this would be a great time to write a blog, a book, or start a podcast. This is also a great time to share ideas or feelings with colleagues or those close to you. So yes, it's through your experiences here of the previous cycle, you've probably got lots and lots of knowledge. You've most assuredly become expert at something. And this is a page. So it's like brand new beginnings that are sort of curious and restless. The lens they're looking through is the Four of Cups in the upright. So Meditation again. Meditation. Meditation, the Hermit. Meditation, the Four of Cups. So you're not taking this lightly. You're taking this new cycle very seriously. You know very well everything that you had to cut out of your life, everything that you had to leave behind in order to receive this new beginning. You had to shed everything else. And now this is like a brand new start. So you're meditating and you're very seriously considering what you're doing. You're re-evaluating your life. You feel like you're having a hard time focusing. The things that once made you happy and fulfilled may not be those same things that make you happy and fulfilled now. So there's some possible opportunities and you may be inclined to pass up on them because you're sort of disconnected. But these things that you may be passing up on, you will probably realize later that they could have led to some really amazing things. So it might be worth it to consider busting out of the internal the internal for a little while and just sort of step out a little bit. Stepping out a little bit doesn't necessarily mean signing on the dotted line on some contract. It just means seeing what's going on. In the environment, we have High Priestess in the upright. So you're very intuitive, spiritually divine. You've got high morals. You trust yourself. You trust yourself. You had to trust yourself. Especially if you've got this Nine of Swords in the back that you're coming out of from that previous cycle. And in the subconscious, it's still there. The pain of it, the trauma of it is still there, and you're contemplating it. And here, you've got high morals, you trust yourself, and so you really are considering very deeply in meditation which direction you're going to go. You need to listen to your gut. And here again, meditate, reflect, and turn inward as the answers are within you. You're headed toward a period of growth. This is very good. So we've got turn within, and you're already you're in meditation, you're disconnected. You may even be feeling bored, you're so disconnected. But this is probably, obviously, exactly where you need to be. Hopes and fears. Oopsie. Hopes and fears. Five of Cups. You're suffering a big heartbreak, perhaps a divorce, a breakup, or abandonment, or a bereavement. You could be grieving everything that you had to leave behind to get to this point. You could be feeling as though you've lost everything, but you've simply moved on. So find peace with that, and forgive yourself for anything that you're holding, against yourself. Forgive yourself. Let that go. That's that Nine of Swords. The fear and the depression and all of that leftover energy signature from the previous cycle. That's what this is. This is leftover energy imprinting from the previous cycle. that you had to overcome. That's all that is. And you're doing exactly what you need to do by meditating. Meditating, look at that. Meditate. Meditate. And meditate. And in the outcome, Spirit, what do we got here for the Leos? Or for the fire signs, I'm sorry, for all the fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. What do we got here for the fire signs on the outcome, Spirit? Ooh, 5 of Wands in the upright. Competition, rivalry, tension, really? Fire. What's that? Tensions are high and you're in the midst of a conflict or competition. Change that is impacting your ability to move forward. You and the others involved are unable to find common ground. Everyone is fighting to be heard and yet no one is listening. Calm your storm and listen to what the others have to say, even though it may not be easy to do. Try to be open and encourage productivity. So this is odd, man. You're just coming out of having 9 swords in your back. Or this 9 swords is, and you're just coming out of this grief and all of this, and you're going right into more conflict. Man, that sucks. Let's pull another one of these for that. What's this? What are you fighting against? What are the fire signs fighting against here on the outcome? The Fool. Fighting against it. You're fighting against the new beginnings. You're having difficulties letting go of the tension of the past cycle, the fear, the depression, the sorrow, the disagreements. You're having difficulties letting that go in your new beginning, because this is the new beginnings. It's optimism, it's trust in life. You're having difficulties trusting. You're fighting against it. So, but you got the Fool here, which is new beginnings. So you're fighting against the new beginnings. You're fighting against letting down your guard. You're fighting against your vulnerability. You don't want to be vulnerable in this next cycle. So you've got your guard up. You don't want to be a fool. You're like, I don't want to be a fool, man. I just came out of all this conflict. And so now you're in conflict with yourself. And you're like, I'm not doing that again. That's not going to happen again. So now you're in conflict with yourself. But you got the 7 of Swords here. So there's betrayal. There's still betrayal. I can't believe it. I thought that for sure that stuff would be gone. You got betrayal over this Ace of Wands. Over the new beginnings. Somebody's still here they're trying to steal the new beginnings from this beautiful Queen of Cups. Alright, sorry guys. Let me just back off. So fire signs, we got this Ace of Pentacles, and there's a change a-coming. So there is a change. This is the Ace of Pentacles. It's a new career, a new financial opportunity, a new venture, something new materially, a new house, a new car. There's a car on this, so there could be a new car. But there's also in the car, there's also suitcases and there's a chair. Yeah, and he's loading up suitcases, so he's moving. There's a change of residence, perhaps. A change of residence. But it could also be a career which causes a relocation, maybe. Or it could also be, well, that's a financial opportunity, our new venture prosperity. That could be, it could be a job opportunity that requires a relocation because we have here the Eight of Pentacles, which is all about work. Or it could be a relationship, a new venture in a relationship, which is a prosperous and abundant relationship, which is going to be causing a relocation. Well, let's see. What's the next card? Oh, excuse me. We've got mature woman here also in change. So, okay, so Ace of Pentacles. So we got a mature woman who's having a change. It could be a relocation for a financial opportunity, a new career. The challenge is, oh, the challenge. So here we've got the challenge, the Two of Cups. So there's a relationship challenge. She's challenged by a relationship, and she's weighing some heavy options about between relationship and career. But we've got marriage here too, and imprisonment. So it could be that marriage makes her feel as though she's in prison. Being married could make her feel as though she is in prison, and she's challenged by that idea of being locked in a contract with a binding contract with somebody who could lock her away and leave her, you know, in a dark place. That could have happened to her in the past cycle, and she could be very much concerned about that happening again. It doesn't look, it looks like marriage is here twice. She's challenged by the idea of marriage twice, and it gives her the idea of imprisonment, because in the last cycle, whoever she was in contract with imprisoned her probably and stole her vitality. So she's having a difficult time weighing this option of relationship versus career. She's reflecting on it a lot. She's soul searching, and the idea of this relationship causes her nightmares. There's a lot of trauma. There could be a lot of soul trauma, spirit trauma, you know, from um, previous relationships. And that could be previous relationships within the entire community. I mean, the entire community of people could have really caused a lot of trauma for her. And she may not really want to be involved like that again. You know, she prefers to be hermit because the community in the previous cycle proved itself to be untrustworthy and very painful, having imprisoned her in a dark place. So in the recent past, she's come into some kind of a, or you have, this mature woman, come into some kind of a reward, or some kind of a comfort, like perhaps you've gotten a new home, a financial stability. Yeah, financial stability here. Financial stability, financial opportunity, and then a move. There's a new job or something. Or financial independence, a relocation, comfort of your own home perhaps, but this puts somebody else in bad health. This puts somebody else in bad health. The fact that you got a reward puts somebody in bad health. So you've got multiple priorities and you're really trying to balance your decisions here. You don't want to make the wrong choice. You could be very concerned about what choice to make. You've got all these new ideas and you've got a thirst for knowledge. And you know that there are upcoming relationship contracts, you know, and you know how it works. Oh, you know how it works. So, Page of Swords, you've got these new ideas. So there's a thief. There's these thieves. Thieves were coming after you, or the thieves were not able to end something for you. And they could be in court now. They could be in court now. So in the previous cycle, those who brought this community who brought all of this worry and fear and trauma and despair to you, that's over. It's over. The thieves are in bad health and they're in the courthouse and they don't want something to end, but it's ending. It's going to come to an end. So you are disconnected. You're meditating. You're a privileged lady. You're a mature woman. You're a privileged lady. You're meditating. You're like, you were really mistreated by everyone in this community, by your previous marriage. You were imprisoned by it. And the idea of being imprisoned again it brings you a lot of nightmares. People using your life force essence to do bad stuff, potentially hurting people while you were imprisoned and suffering. You were a privileged lady. You are a privileged lady. You're a high priestess. They did this to you. They're a very immature man did this to you. There's a very immature man here in the environment sniffing around the divine feminine. There's an immature man sniffing around this high priestess, this divine feminine, and there's a main female who's under adjudication here in the Five of Cups. This main female, they lost whatever it was, and they're under adjudication. There's conflict over these new beginnings. This conflict could be residing in you, or it could be residing within the community. It could be residing in these people who are in bad health and under adjudication. They could, or in this community, they could still be throwing hooks and barbs and rocks at you, you know, because they're still here on the board fighting in competition with you, wanting your Ace of Pentacles, wanting your sudden wealth. You got this new financial opportunity. They want your sudden wealth that's coming on the distant horizons. And here, yeah, they can't stop thinking about it. They can't stop thinking about it. You're all up in their head, and they can't stop thinking about it. Because they know that here on the distant horizons, you're relocating, you're moving, you're traveling. There's a change. You're moving. You're relocating. You're moving on to an abundant situation. And there's a wealthy man here who's also got this Seven of Swords. So this wealthy man and this Seven of Swords is here on the outgoing energy. So he's a thief. He thinks he's getting away with something, or he's trying to get away with something. And he's acting strategically with trickery. This wealthy man, he's a fraud. Let's do these ones. Excuse me, no, I don't want to do these ones either. I want to do these ones. So yeah, mature woman, you have got a new financial opportunity, a new venture. You're moving on, you're relocating, you're moving. And someone is trying to sabotage this. Of course they are. They're probably and you know that they do this, fire signs. Okay, there's mental manipulations, whether it be and it happens through many different avenues, whether it be friends or a previous partner, previous friends, current friends or partners, or books, magazines, classes. You know, everybody has an idea about the way things should be, and everybody has an idea about the decisions we should make. And not everybody has our best intentions in mind. So just keep that in mind. You know what you're doing. You're already going. There could be a challenge that there's no pets wherever you're going, so there might not be any pets. You might not be able to bring your pets. Or maybe the challenge, maybe, yeah, you might be challenged because there's where you're going, there's no pets allowed. So you're introspecting. You're really thinking about you're thinking about all the fear and trauma that this entire community did to you in the previous cycle. How your previous marriage or your connections imprisoned you, and they used your essence for their own gain, while putting you in the dark and leaving you traumatized. And they're sitting there all smiling and happy. They were really enjoying it. It could be that this community is not able to move on, or it could be that moving has you feeling a little. You're a little yeah, it's change of residence or moving in with your partner. So, and that came out in the reverse. So you're thinking about it. You're thinking heavily about it. You've got this opportunity to move on. It's very much on your mind. You know, partnerships versus work. Moving in with your partner. You know, where are you going to move? This kind of thing. Who are you going to live with? Somebody's in bad health, but you've got this abundance coming in, this beautiful future that is wide open for new ideas and new opportunities. But that fear, man, that fear, and I understand it can be really ingrained in us, but look at that. We got date night here. Somebody's in bad health in the recent past for whatever they did here to you, this imprisonment. They put you through some really bad traumatic stuff, and now they're in bad health, and you are living a life of comfort. You got a 9 of Pentacles, and you're ready to be wined and dined. You're ready to go out on some dates. So you're ready to start dating. You could have recently had a financial opportunity, which means you could have relocated. Maybe you got a discount in your rent, which gave you a boost in your money resources, or maybe you got a new job. Whatever it is, it gave you financial stability, and now you're ready for date night. And you've got some multiple priorities here, juggling your decisions, you know. There's a masculine here who's concerned, or you are concerned. Hey, wake up. Or you're concerned. Luck is on your side, and that has somebody concerned. We've got new ideas and a thirst for knowledge, negotiations, informations, messages, new contracts. A thief is in the courthouse right now. They weren't able to bring an ending for you. They were a liar. They lied. This thief, they're lying in the courthouse. They're lying in the courthouse because they don't want something to end. They're lying in the courthouse. These thieves are lying in the courthouse. Wow. What is that, perjury? So you're meditating. You're a privileged lady, and you're letting go. You're letting go. Okay, guys, just remember, genders. I'm reading what's on the cards, okay, but it's all energy. So if you're a feminine who has a more masculine energy, then then it might be a different read for you. Or if you're a masculine who has a more feminine energy, then it might read differently for you. So I'm just reading what's on the cards, and so please take whatever messages resonate for you. Um, and if it doesn't resonate for you, then it's not your message. Anyhow, we have this Four of Cups. You're in meditation. You're a privileged lady here, and you're letting go. You're making room for the new beginning on its way to you now. Look at that. You're ready for date night. Luck is on your side. These guys are being discovered as liars. You've got a curious this curiosity for the future. You're a privileged lady. You do have this nasty previous cycle though, but you're letting it all go and you're making way for what's coming in. You're a high priestess. You're a divine feminine. You've got an immature man around you, or somebody or there's a mature man who is around you, but he's not making himself known. It could be that there's a mature man who is watching you, but not making himself known. And it could be that he has seen that you're not available and that he needs to move on. It's a waste of time. He needs to move on from you. He won't be able to play you. So this main female is in the middle of a Five of Cups, loss, sorrow, moving on. She's under adjudication. They'll be back. They'll be back. Expect to hear from them soon. She's planning on coming back. She's under adjudication, but she's not going to stop doing whatever she's doing. So we've got a masculine here who is in competition for this new beginning. There is a masculine here who wants to tie in to this mature woman. Yeah, he's a rival. He's a rival, and he knows that you have a new beginning and that you're moving, that you're moving, and he's got you in his thoughts. He knows that you have guardians, that loved ones watch over you. And that's why he wasn't able to sabotage you again. He's a narcissist. He wanted to trap you back here in this prison again. This wealthy man who's a thief, who's dishonest. So there's somebody trying to sabotage your new beginning, fire sign. They're jealous of your upcoming prosperity. They're jealous of your new cycle. They're blaming you, but all you did was take responsibility for your own well-being. They were coming after you and they put you in this dark freaking hole and they stole your vitality, your essence, and they partied with it and had great fun. And while they were partying with your essence and having great fun, they were sticking you with swords and causing you deep traumas, heartaches, betrayals, locking you in a mental prison, seeing yourself as unworthy. And it could be that they hurt your pets. It could be that they hurt your pets, or they wouldn't allow you to have a pet. You took responsibility for your own well-being. You were like, okay, you are not a responsible person, so I'm taking responsibility for myself, and you got yourself out of this mess. You got yourself out of this mess, and in doing so, you earned yourself an Ace of Pentacles. And of course, now they're still all over you. So they could have hurt your pet. They could have because they wanted to knock down your self-esteem. They wanted to hurt you emotionally, mentally. They wanted you in this prison. They married you and they put you in a prison. And they hurt your pets so that, the things that you loved, so that they could hurt your self-esteem and crush you. And you are meditating, you're independent, you're seeking truth, you are love. You commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. I suppose you could even see the good in all of this because it brought you great strength. So somebody's in bad health that you have this Nine of Pentacles. You're doing well, and that means somebody else is in bad. Oh, and then we got death. So we got bad health and death and pride. You're ready for date night. You've got this Nine of Pentacles. You've got rewards, financial independence and stability. And these ones who came after you and hurt you, they're in bad health, facing death, and it was all because of their pride. You love yourself and you see yourself in everyone, and they use that same phrase, but you love yourself and see yourself in everyone, and so therefore you love. And they love themselves and see themselves in everyone, and therefore they see themselves as entitled to everyone's stuff. So they were coming after your Nine of Pentacles because they feel as though it belongs to them, because they see themselves is in you, right? So they think it's theirs. But it's not the way that works. So anyhow, luck is on your side. You are weighing your options. This has somebody concerned that you're taking your time. You're not jumping in to anything. You're taking your time. And there's somebody concerned about that. They don't want you taking your time. Or you're concerned and you're taking your time because you've come to realize that not everybody is trustworthy. Unfortunately. Imagination and forgiveness and fear in the reverse. So I am imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. And fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. But you didn't test your resolve to live in the energy of love. You did live in the energy of love. You do live in the energy of love. You embrace the creative aspect of your mind. You release everything that keeps you from the flow of love, and you released all the fear, and you are in flow. Luck is on your side. This has somebody very concerned. In the near future, they're going to be found out to be a liar. This thief is in the courthouse, and they're lying in the courthouse. They're being very sneaky. In the courthouse, they're lying, committing perjury because they don't want something to end. They don't want a death. They got it here, though. Bad health, death. And then we got coffin reversed up here. So they don't want this death, but it's right there. And then we have honesty and indecision in the upright. So they're a liar, and so we've got Page of Swords here, which is thirst for knowledge and new contracts, negotiations, and we've got honesty here. So you can't always expect the truth from others, but you can expect it from yourself. And with that information, you also have this indecision, which is I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So during your trials with these relationships that were sour, your discernment abilities were really sharpened. So you know that not everybody is trustworthy, and you had to lean heavily on your intuition to read the room, to read the people, to read between the lines, to make a judgment call when there was, you know, very little evidence for anything. You had to really tune into your spidey senses so that you could get yourself out of this predicament that previous contracts put you in. So you're meditating, you're a privileged lady, you're letting go of everything in the past and you're making room for the new. You're like, I'm done, that's all over, I'm making room for the new. You're ready for date night, you're seeing the humor in stuff. You choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Yeah, it was brutal. Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah, you're challenged by some of these previous experiences, because you certainly don't want to bring them forward into your new cycle. You want a different experience this time. You're not going to be doing same old, same old. You've learned your lessons. And so now you're going to be taking your sweet time and determining what exactly is right for you. And you're going to find the humor in it. You're going to let everything go and you're going to find the humor in it. You are a divine feminine. You're very much in touch with yourself. You've surrendered your need to control. You've surrendered your need to worry. You've just let it go. You're this high priestess. You're very connected to the hidden and to the divine. And so you know that, and this person, this immature man, he knows it's time. You're unavailable. He just needs to move on because he can't touch this. You're the high priestess who's surrendered the need to control and worry to the divine. This guy, he knows he can't, the divine isn't going to let him come on and here and mess this up for you. He knows he needs to just move on. And then there's this main female who's under adjudication, and she's suffering a loss. She's sorrowful, and she's got the move on card too. She has to move on. He has to move on. But she's gonna be back. They'll be bad. She does not plan on stopping. She will need to be forcefully stopped. She's out of balance. She's not balanced. This says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. And it came out in the reverse. And she's coming back. If she gets out of this adjudication situation, she's going to be coming back and creating more problems. That's her plan. So we've got competition and conflict regarding this new beginning, your new beginning. There's a lot of competition and conflict. They're really mad that you are this close, and they know that you've got new beginnings. There's a change. You're moving on to distant horizons. You're traveling. There's the ship. You're going, and he's got you in his mind. He knows that you have loved ones watching over you, your guardians. So this card is patience, and it says, I accept that everything happens in divine order, but it came out in reverse. So this person does not have any patience. He doesn't believe in divine order. He believes that he can force things to be the way that he wants by taking it, marrying it, putting it in prison in darkness, and then causing it a lot of suffering. So he can't get you out of his mind because in the spirit, I don't think you signed a contract with him again. I think that's over. You're in with a new, that's this whole cycle with that energy is over. He can't touch you now. You've got guardians. He has no patience. He doesn't believe in divine order. And you are thankful for this life and for the opportunities that has presented it to you. Even these challenges brought you a great strength and a great resilience, and you're grateful for that. So that's why you are loved. And that's why you're going to get this abundance. It's because of your discipline and the fact that you trusted in the divine. These other ones, they're in regret now because you're in your purpose and you're a very empathetic person who's happy and free and courageous in service to the divine. And they're a narcissist. They may be wealthy, but they're a narcissist who's a thief, who's a fraud. Oh, mature woman, mature woman. You're going to get everything you want. You were making merit, praying, you're doing your prayers. What's the challenge? Spirit, what is this? What is this? All the masks are off. You weren't wearing any masks. You weren't wearing any masks. They knew exactly who you were, and you didn't know who they were. You didn't know who they were. You couldn't see their masks. You couldn't see their masks, and you got into a connection. You married somebody who put you in a mental or emotional prison, and they pilfered all your resources and attacked your self-esteem. They probably attacked your employment and your relation. They attacked on all fronts. Wearing these masks, you couldn't see their masks. You were challenged because you couldn't see their masks. But you are love, and you see the good in all things, and that's why you didn't see their masks, because you weren't looking for masks, because you see the good in all things. You didn't think they were wearing masks. They wanted you in a life of loneliness. They were ready. They were ready. They wanted to put you in a life of loneliness again. And they were ready to steal your divine inheritance again. Your vitality. And now they're in bad health, suffering. They could have experienced a death or a severe ending of whatever it is that they were working in. Their pride is, they're just a very prideful, egotistical person, and maybe an ending is exactly what they need. You know, they're not able to get into their imagination. It could be that they're not able to use their imagination to cause any more issues for people, because there's evidence of what they did against these sweethearts to bring fright to them. They did a very specific strategy to dominate them and to steal their real estate and to put them in a nightmare. And they collaborated with a whole bunch of people because of their pride. But you persevered. You persevered. You've got your reward, and you're ready for date night. And they're furious. They're furious. You released your fear. Your imagination is working just fine. You've forgiven everybody. And forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean forgiveness. Forgiveness means to release. the connection, the cord that is connecting you to that experience, that trauma, that whatever. And so you release it. You forgive the debt. And you release your fear. There's some negotiations going on. Some decisions that need to be made. There's a masculine here who's very concerned. He's very disturbed. He's disturbed. He's working with the supernatural, trying to make you disturbed, but it's not working because you're in love, and luck is on your side. And he's got this disturbance now. He's a liar and a thief. He's lying in the court. He's lying in the courts. Ooh, he's lying in the courts. He's saying that he didn't do a ritual against this family. He's lying. He did. He did do rituals against his family. He's lying in the courts. He did rituals against his family to bring about a death, and he's lying about it in the courts. He's saying he didn't do magic to kill this man and woman's family. And themselves. He did. He's lying. Privileged lady who is this mature woman is letting go, making room for everything that's on its way to her now. She's using humor, seeing the lighter side of life, and she's got a blessing. Blessings are coming her way. Enlightenment, well-being, fulfillment. She's a high priestess. She's got sacred wisdom. She's surrendered her need to control, and she is not worried about anything. She's like, nope, that's for my higher power. That's for the divine, and I'm leaving it to the divine, to the hidden, to the mystery, and I'm moving on in my life. And this immature man knows that he has to move on. He knows that she's not available. It's a waste of his time. And besides that, he's committed. He's bound by other contracts. These ritualistic contracts, these supernatural entities that he worked with. He's bound to them. He has to move on. There's also a main female here who's under adjudication, and she has to move on. She's suffering sorrow and loss. She says she's going to be back. She's not imbalanced. She could be mentally imbalanced, and that's why she thinks she's going to be back, because she's not altogether straight up in the head. She's protesting this, and she's out of ideas, fresh out of ideas. All she can do now is protest. So there is a conflict over this new beginning. They're still wanting your new beginning. They're still fighting for it. They still don't want you to move forward. They want to keep you locked in this cycle of trauma relationship where people wear masks and lie to each other and get furious about not being able to cause you disturbances or fear. And they can't stop thinking about it. They're out of patience. They don't have any patience. They know that you have guardians and that you're living a life of gratitude. They know that somebody's looking over you, and this could be angels, this could be a friend, this could be a parent, even an employer, just somebody looking after you. You've got guardians looking after you, and you're very grateful for this. And this person who you may have been in a contract with previously, he can't stop thinking about it because he knows that you're moving on. You're moving on. And you've been doing your prayers. You're in your meditation. You're connected to the divine. Your gratitude. You're in gratitude. You're very connected and you're relaxed. So all this is happening. All this is happening. So you're relaxed. It could be that you're discovering whatever it is that you're passionate about. Justice is going to be served in this situation, and there's going to be an ending and maybe a literal death um, to these individuals. I don't know, and this could be spirit. I mean, if they're coming after you in the spirit, it could be that, I don't know what if they have a physical form. But if they do, it could very well be, because here they're sick, they're in bad health, and there's death here too. And then we got 2 death cards here, a definite stop to this, a definite separation, and they will be experiencing a loss. They could have even seen this coming through their fortune telling. They could have seen it coming. They could have known that this was coming. And then they're arguing about each other, but you're a-okay. Yeah, it's like, it's just a big bad bunch of mess, but you got abundance here. And this wealthy man is a narcissist who betrayed you. He was dishonest, and he really messed you up. But you got yourself free from that, and so now there's just a reckoning, and a staying in prayer, a staying connected to the divine, and we got to remain heart-centered, heart open, and release that fear and that trauma, because we want to move forward, right, into the love. That's what it's all about, right? So, and you're doing just that. You're doing just that. You're coming into your abundance, your 9 of Pentacles, and you're ready for date night. So you're ready for love, even though love really, really burned you bad in the past. You're ready for it. So good on you. And may you be blessed abundantly for being able to keep your heart open and be willing to get out there and to be curious and to take that risk, of opening your heart space to somebody when you know full well what the potentials are in the negative. So that's courage, and that's gratitude. See you on the next one.